to the scrumming because the forwards have got to
start this. Going to be marks to very an but
now.
It's not just the back.
Ominous.
That's just you get that.
It's
wrapped up very quickly. Wonderful. That is the
and Ross, an easy. Here it comes. Easy try. Oxford wanted. Opportunity.
We did say if it's on.
Mistake from Cambridge in the mid will bring Gerald
match. But this is a very different proposition. 5-0 Oxford lead.
That though. Ross Jennings powerfully built and obviously very.
But vital for Cambridge.
Well, they'll be up against it in the forward pack, but really, if they're going to have errors going to give this game to Oxford on a plate. They're going to have to try and drive a little bit more and maybe use a Moore's kicking into the corners, exerting a bit more pressure again with that good box kick.
Going loose and count goes back there. Winning his second today. Leading that losing side last year, he'd love to get his hands on the rather than a loser's tankard. But this is loose and a chance for a counter-attack for Oxford. Daniele waits out wide. I think Marsh couldn't get it to him.
Scrappy, that was well picked up by Luke Sheriff. Match winner last year. Controlling matters now, number 10.
Fitzgerald happy to poke this one back. Asking Moffat to return the favour, which he does.
He does, but he hasn't gained much ground. He's made about 10 now. Oxford, good striking chance. Bridge 10-metre line.
Well, it's been an interesting pre-match build-up as favourites, but they won't when they look up at the scoreboard at the moment.
No, exactly. Everyone likes to be the underdogs, so you've got nothing to lose, but yeah.
Chipping through there, Jennings is racing up, but it's over the top. Almost a mistake there. His greasy surface, very difficult for Moffat. Cambridge through Amor, clips that one long.
Well, they're trying to up the pace here, put the onus back on Oxford, and they've only got a chance to kick the ball.
Moffat, that was interesting, he was on his knees before he got the ball, and just the knock-on as a result, and already one feels that Oxford are growing in confidence.
A little bit tentative there. Moffat was nowhere going to get that ball, and this is the first chance. That's gone straight through his legs. That ball isn't down. It is now. Jennings was pounding in, and really you've got to be near enough that ball to take it, and now he's just given the ball over on his knees, praying to God. Well, not even God could help him.
Well, it's a wonderful venue, this Twickenham. Been played here since 1921. Varsity match been played in other areas as well. Blackheath, the Oval, Queen's Club. It's the second oldest rugby match in the history of the game. Only England-Scotland played in 1871. Older. And these players will have a sense of history. So many old Blues love coming and enjoying the day out.
Well, in the England dressing room, you could see that just think who's been here before, and I'm sure you could say that for both sides, Cambridge and Oxford, going down the years. You know, all the old players, I'm sure, from the stands, and it knows exactly how much it means to them for their side to win today.
Fitzgerald quite happy to turn Cambridge, and there's only one thing that Moffat could do, and that was hoof it off, and again territorial advantage to Oxford with the throw-in.
But he seems so lackadaisical at the back there, John Moffat, letting the ball bounce all around him, and you can't afford to do that. You've got to move him into position a little bit quicker, because I think they'll be trying to kick to him now if this is the way he's going to carry on playing.
So Julian finds his marker. That was Mile. Now the runner, Daniele, big strong winger. He certainly loves to get the ball in his hands. Weston again. Piteous. Great lug of a centre.
He's a big lad, 16.5 stone. You can see they're bringing the ball back all the time. Wet weather conditions, they've played in it all year. They know exactly what to do, come back for the support of the forwards and then spin it.
Good clean ball there for Oxford. Fitzgerald takes contact now. Weston waits, patient.
Good ball retention though.
And there is Simon Mile. Loves to get the ball in his hands himself. Good ball carrier from slow ball. And the big phase now is Oxford relentless in their pursuit of the Cambridge line.
They just seem so confident on the ball. Get the big guys to run it in. Like you said, play wet ball conditions, drive it up, retain the ball, and then get the penalty.
Cambridge, the pressure release momentarily. But Oxford will be looking for that Ox factor, if you like, the clinical, organised game plan and a solid platform for the backs to create havoc.
Chris White is having a quick chat with Ed Morrison over there. Well, I thought the penalty was going to go to Oxford, but for some reason it's gone to Cambridge. Can't quite work that one out. Maybe for just ball retention, I'm sure, holding on to the ball. Oxford not releasing it in the contact.
So Simon Amor of Cambridge to strike that into touch.
He is a big lad. Werner von Piteous. Big South African. If only we could build him as big as that in this country.
Well, opposite him, David Quinlan of Cambridge. 6'3", just under 16 stone. He's no shrinking varlet himself. Oh, the hits are coming in. They're really pumped up for this. No quarter given today, but it comes back Oxford's way.
Well, that was Robinson there. You can see the value of his experience there. That was a big hit from the Cambridge wing and midfield. Thought the ball would have been turned over. Brett Robinson comes up with it. And now got time to settle things down. And Fitzgerald poking it, but not in touch.
Moffat composes himself, but not the cleanest of strikes.
Well, there's acres of space over there. They've seen that Moffat is out of position, and that is a beautiful kick, not going in.
Amor just waits. He's got time, but the strikes are poor, straight down the opposite captain's throat. Here is Luke Sheriff.
Hitting up the one quick ball now. It's come back to the left. This is on. Oh dear, that should have gone to hand.
Chip through, and it's Chapman Smith who'll just dot that back down.
Well, that was an opportunity missed for Oxford. They had men over on the left, and Oliver Julian's in front there.
Amor's trying to pick the pace up here, trying to unsettle Oxford, but it's not working at the moment.
Well, he'll unsettle them if you kick well. And you start doing things with the ball. At the moment, Cambridge are just kicking woefully, kicking balls straight into people's hands and allowing Oxford there really to come back at them. And if they just had a little bit more vision, that could have been a try on the left.
All the territorial pressure is Oxford's.
Again, I know the kicking conditions are bad when you're doing the dropout, but that ball has got to go long. You can't get the height in it because it's so boggy out there. That ball has got to go long.
Oh, there's a big hit from Quinlan. Talked about his physicality. Dropping his shoulder there. Cambridge trying to defend these fringes. Yeah. Ed Mallett on the wrong side.
I think that's Edward Mallett, brother of John Mallett. Toured with John, the Bath prop, many times. And that time on the wrong side. I know Shep's been on the wrong side a few times in a couple of rucks for Bath, but that's beside the point. But this is given a good opportunity now for Oxford to increase the lead, and something they really do deserve. They've been playing all the rugby.
Seb Fitzgerald then. This is his second blue, still an undergraduate, 1 year to go, so the half-backs of Jamie Weston and he really are controlling this game. It's the experience of playing at Twickenham.
Well, it's the combinations, Will, you were saying there, 9 and 10 they played last year, 5 and 4, Russell and Mile, the second rows for Oxford, and even the two props. You've got Lehner and Jeffries, you know, the two key areas you know, the props and the second rows, and obviously three key areas there that can control the control the game.
Looking straighter and looking good. Sheriff's Corner erupts, the fan club of Luke Sheriff out of St Anne's College, but it's Seb Fitzgerald that takes Oxford to 8 points. Cambridge still to get on the scoreboard.
And this time no problem with the non-kicking foot, and the kicking foot hitting it absolutely perfect. Be happy with that. And 8 points clear.
Amor composes himself. But that's easy for Luke Sheriff. Oxford well in control of this game at the moment. Weston quite happy to pump up the box kick. Navarro takes it. Italian international.
I think he thought he was caught in two minds whether to run or whether to kick, and as it happened he got two big Oxford forwards at once there.
Marsh inside his 22. Good strike. That's good for Marsh because it's not easy for fullbacks in these conditions.
It isn't. And this is Ravi. It was Van Pitius, I think, and you don't want to run into him. There were something he's got to sort out. A run or kick, which will it be?
So Dirksen. Wow. Pulling down, Cambridge penalty, they'll settle for that. Simon Mile, the man fingered by Chris White.
Well, I think, yeah, it's between him and his partner in crime, Adam Russell. All over the jumpers there. And this is the first time that I think Cambridge have had a little bit of an attacking position. Here we see it. Yeah, it was Russell behind Mile in front. He was pushing him up and getting all over the Cambridge jumpers.
So desperate for Cambridge just to get some possession on a regular basis. Firstly a penalty, now a free kick. Taken quickly by Chapman Smith. Angus Innes, last year's captain, drives on with him. No more. Not much room to play, just a slip of a lad at 5'6". Trying to squeeze his way through. And again it's been lost in contact. This is where Oxford are so dangerous.
If they go quickly on the left, oh dear, there was someone on. That was unfortunate. You had Simon Danieli was screaming for the ball over here left. They actually had people out on right because Cambridge had committed so many people to the ruck ball. But again, conditions playing a big time, and that says it all. Oxford totally in charge, 67%. It's like watching England play.
And Oxford have the points with it. A very useful 8-point lead at the moment. What possession Cambridge have, they do need to keep hold of. They're vital. They use it wisely.
And you can hear Chris White. Very difficult out there. They moved the scrummage. They're in a bog, almost a bog beat out there. Moved across to the left.
Wait. In on the side there, split across, get back.
Meredith, tight head. Hazlitt, the captain, obviously has a word.
Again, he's had it for Bowring in. I think it's Bosch. Again, the big South African. I'm sure with a name like that, Mickey Skinner would put him in his drinking club. But he's given a penalty away. And the one time they did get almost into the 22, they're back up to the halfway line. Big lad.
Well, Bosch by name, yep, you've guessed it, he loves to get the ball in his hands. And of course has to do his day job.
Yeah, he needs
get that scrummage right.
He needs to sort his scrummage out first, but they nicked that one.
It's good from Purdy, just 6 months out of school. Undergraduate with Cambridge, going so well. Now, can they make use of his steal on the line out? High ball from Amor. Not taken cleanly by Marsh, but it's Moffat, Cambridge 15. Forced to field the ball through Danieli, but not through Jennings.
Here again, that was a tremendous Gary Owen from a Moore, but then Moffat gets the ball back, beats one, but again then runs straight out into touch, giving the ball back to Oxford. This is the time when you need to kick that ball. He doesn't, he tries it on. One there, into Jennings, and into Van Pitius, and out to touch.
Mile with the tap. Referee's getting fed up with this. Pulling down at the line-up.
Well, Cambridge using the inside arm to lever himself up on the Oxford. Something back in the olden days you were allowed to do, not now with lifting. But again, it's given this man, Seb Fitzgerald, a chance to gain some extra yardage, and that's exactly what he's done. And here we see, well, I can't quite see, you see Miles complaining to the referee and Chris White in total charge, saying you're absolutely correct. And that was Ed Mallett again, giving the penalty away.
Now both sides contesting the line-outs. Mile now takes it up. Working the narrow side, Fitzgerald looks for the inside runner, and he finds it through Brett Robinson. All going loose, and a knock-on. So slippery, these conditions. They're going to want to play simple, effective rugby.
Using the short side, spree into Robinson, and also Weston sniping up that short side, bringing players back up that short channel, and look at that again for a scrum. That is tremendous power.
Well played by Michael Count. Chapman Smith not where he wanted it, and Oxford really are making a mess of this Cambridge scrum.
You can see the power that is exerted on the scrum, that gets exerted on the scrum half. Chapman Smith, then to a more the fly half, back row in disarray. You just see this hit again, look at that. Brett Robinson, the sevens, pushing in there. Count as well, but again, it's all rushed, it's all pressure, and Oxford are in charge at the moment.
Julian. And then taken by Mallett. So Cambridge get another chance to clear their lines. Moore flicks it onto his left foot. Tipped across by Jennings. And Fitz read that.
Moffat again, quite happy just to gain 5-6 yards. Really, the ball was straight up the park then. Cisco Systems line-outs. You see Cambridge 100%. That's the problem. Oxford 5 out of 7, and that last one is a crucial area. They did all the hard work in the scrum prior to that line-out, and then got the throw wrong. And this is it. Miles up, it was due for him, 2-jumper. And Oliver Julian overcooking it, and ball over to Cambridge. But again, Oxford still got a chance.
So important for Julian to get his throwing right. It's one of the strengths of his game. Gets another chance to hit his jumper. So Oxford firm favourites, certainly living up to that bill at the moment. Purdy, the man receiving attention from Cambridge's point of view. Anton Fry's waits, how he'd love to get his blue. Ball comes back Oxford's way.
Yeah, Russell did well then. One-handed, bit scrappy, but they've got it back.
Daniele from the blind side, brought down quickly. Looking for work. Here's Simon Daniele, contracted to Bristol, ex of Richmond, and through his work. Another chance for Fitzgerald.
Michael Haslett, the Cambridge captain, giving that away, but Simon Daniele Very powerful. It was Werner van Pittius giving the decoy run. We'll see him coming in there now on the outside. But very powerful, very strong. And you can see there, Hazlitt on the bottom, not retaining. There's the tackle by Hazlitt. Holds on, brings him down, and then just rolls this side and stays there. Hence, Seb Fitzgerald has a chance now to increase the lead.
Now, if he takes this to 11-0, this is going to make it very difficult for Cambridge to come back. Has he got the distance? The flags will tell you that he has. Oxford climb away. It's Oxford 11, Cambridge 0. Fitzgerald is on form. And the light blues have a lot of work to do here.
Well, I'm a great believer in not overcommitting yourself, and that kick wasn't overcommitted at all, was it? Just about 3 inches. He's not bothered, and the Oxford faithful aren't.
Now, Van Pittius loves the contact.
It gives a great target for forwards. That is just brilliant.
Fitzgerald back in the pocket, slips in these difficult conditions, but safe.
A little bit more confidence. You saw them moving that ball out to Van Pittius to drive in, and when he drives in, it takes it 3-4 more yards than normal people. Normal backs would anyway, because of the size of the guy. It gives a great target for the forwards.
Oxford 11-0 up. They'll be more inclined to express themselves out wide with this cushion now. Good take from Mallet. Now the Cambridge drive, playing it tight. Rolling off well. Angus Innes in there, last year's captain. This is a good drive from the light blues. The crowd get behind them. Now certainly need to retain possession and make use of this. Is good from Amor, jinking slippery customer. It's good from the flathead. Still driving on are the light blues. Phase 6, and they're working themselves towards this Oxford try line. They get a penalty for their trouble. First chance for points on the board.
And their first real try at going for a try. Tremendous forward play, led by Durskin from that line out, and then taking on a lovely break from Amor. Chapman Smith, the scrum half, was there. This is the break. Little jink off his right, slips it back inside to Hazlitt, and then Hazlitt has to take the contact, but that's better play. I'm sure Tony Rogers, the Cambridge coach, will be happy, and surely this has got to be an easy 3 points for Cambridge.
Simon Amor makes no mistake. Straight over. So Cambridge 3, Oxford 11. That's what they wanted, to come straight back and to get their points on the board.
I think Oxford will be happy with giving 3 away instead of 7 there, because it did look ominous. Cambridge had a real sort of appetite going on. Pace from the forwards, good jinking from the backs, and good support play.
So Cambridge will settle easier into this last quarter of an hour of the first half. Chapman Smith inside to count. Danieli drops his shoulder, and the Cambridge number 8 knew all about it. Amor. Clean strike, but not making much yardage.
But they're just settling down. The time before, it was Chapman Smith who just took the kick. This time he's looking back inside for Count to come up and drive, and then Amor, to nudge the ball down. I think the wind is slightly against, and there's the head-to-head. Well, you can see the difference. Fitzgerald, Oxford, passing 8, kicking 9, against 1 to 4.
The rain continues to drizzle and make it difficult for the line-out jumpers and the throwers. That's the knock-on. Luke Sheriff, the man there.
But in these conditions, you've got to be sensible. You've got to just win ball. That's basically a 2 jump. You see he's pushing the ball back right at the back of the line out. Mind you, that's not the throw, that is just bad hands from Luke Sheriff.
I want to pause a bit longer. Just pause, get square. Come on, come on. Correction, hold, engage. Nick, let him go, got him.
Count takes it up and straightens. This is good from Michael Count. He's away here, he's looking for support, decides on the chip through. Rudges after it, so's Daniele. Fitzgerald goes back, but there's a chance. It's going to be there for Cambridge. Wonderful from Chapman Smith, and the Light Blues are right back in this match.
Well, exactly. And I think that's about the second time they've got down. The first time they got 3 points, this time the scrum half, Mark Chapman Smith, a happy man. Opportunist, but it came from a great break. Bad defence, you've got to say, from Oxford there. Mike Count driving up, he knew he couldn't slip the ball to the wingman. Chips it through, wet conditions, a bit of luck. Take your try, and they've done that. This is where it comes from, and it's Luke Sheriff who misses the tackle.
And it was brilliant from Count because the scrum wasn't that good, and such vision as well, Dowie.
Oh, he had to do it. He couldn't get the ball to Ben Rudge. It didn't matter. A bit of a mix-up there, as you see, but good support play from a scrum half, Chapman Smith, and we're back in again.
Oh, how the tables have turned in just 5 minutes. Amor now with the chance to make 7 from 5, trying to pull it round. He has. What a turnaround. Cambridge now lead.
Well, that'll give great heart. You see the forwards just underneath me here, they're clapping each other, said, come on. We're taking a battering the first 30 or so minutes, or 25 minutes. They've had 5 minutes of play. They've got a penalty and now a converted try. 11-10.
Oxford know they have a game on their hands now. The crowd are a lot more lively off the back of this, cheering on their respective teams. Amor fires it down to Marsh. Marsh thinks he's found some space. He has. Moffat goes across. Doesn't get much of an angle in which to work.
But a good kick from Marsh. Pressuring, kicking has been very good. It may be the wet conditions, the boggy pitch is keeping the ball in play, and it's just what you want. Make the other fullback at this occasion, John Moffat, kick out. But this is great. That's a bad miss though. Luke Sheriff, and he's gone past Hendricks as well. This is great play from the big number 8, kicking the ball on. Rudge gets in there, and hence the try.
Powerful, industrious, but also an intelligent number 8 is Michael Count. Shown all his qualities in that. Now this is a different game altogether. Now the steel of these players will be shown. Just 1 point the difference.
Now you can see Oxford getting a little bit tentative. Bad kick from Sebastian Fitzgerald initially. I thought that ball was going to go out. Bring his centre back on route 1. Set it up again. He didn't. A loose kick from that man. And hence now you're back under pressure. Be interesting test of character for this Oxford side.
Dirksen, not straight. Well, he's been working on his throwing in, as Chris Dirksen, every day for the past fortnight. But not going well there. South African under-21 player now having to make amends in the scrum.
And Cambridge opting for the scrum rather than the throw-in. Chris White offered the option.
Now driven on by Hendricks. The referee says he's seen what's going on. Now Daniele with a little bit of space, closed down very quickly by Bosch. Bit of handbagging off the ball. Referee's right on top of it.
Which one do you want? There's one going on the touchline here. That ball came out to Daniele. He took 4 of them on.
Captain, please, just a second.
And we'll listen to what Chris White has to say, asking the captains to come over.
Angus Innes, fiery customer.
One of your lads played it on the floor. We had a bit of advantage. He got cleared out by the cavalry coming in. He took exception to it. He's your man. You look after him, right? Which one? This gentleman. Yeah.
So it's Angus Innes, last year's captain, who really is a sparky individual. He's the drum thumper, if you like, for Cambridge.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. No, that's it there.
Getting a little bit overexcited there.
Something I'm sure Oxford would have targeted. We saw in his play last year, he lost his temper on a couple of occasions. Fiery character. I'm sure they've maybe targeted him a little bit. And that time he blew his top. He's just got to control it. Cambridge coming back in the game. And this is Daniele.
Let him down.
And Bosch will be coming in the big prod there. Well, no, that's okay. That was a good tackle from Rudge and Bosch combined.
Let him go.
Oh, Count just couldn't quite get his hand to that.
No, he's onside, lads.
It's tap ball off the line out, Dowie.
Scrappy. He can't afford to do that. Count's having an exceptional game at the moment. Some people said that could have been a deliberate knock-on, but actually, no, he did go for it, so hence it's just a knock-on. But he is really grasping this Cambridge pack with him and saying, follow me.
So Oxford with a 1-point lead. A lot more even now. Count's in there, scrabbling for the ball, and he says, well, he wasn't releasing. So that's fair enough, and he gets his side a penalty.
Just changing. As you said, the last 10 minutes, it's been sort of 25 minutes all Oxford. And in the last 10, Cambridge have come right back into this game. They're getting there quicker to the breakdowns, forcing Oxford into errors. Looking around, the body language isn't that good at the moment. They can't seem to do many things right.
Cambridge will be very keen to try and take the lead before half-time. Psychological advantage as much as anything else. Referee right behind the line out. He's seen another error.
Well, it's difficult. Conditions are bad. But here we see it. No, it's gone down. You can see Erskine shaking his head before the ball's landed.
Hendricks brought down by the Cambridge captain Haslam. Weston. Rudge. Doesn't hold on to it. Now Angus Innes.
Ben Rudge.
All about keeping that error count as low as possible.
It is, absolutely. And it's the team, especially the halfbacks now, they should control the game to see where these errors will happen and put pressure on the opposition.
Again, they're working these runners. There's Russell. Ball comes back safely for Oxford. Fitzgerald, big miss pass to Marsh. Cambridge defence good. Chris Wright talking well to both sets of players.
It's good, it's all you can ask for from a referee. He's having a very good game up to now. As long as players know exactly what's happening and tell players to get away from the ball, release the ball, get away from there, you're offside, but I'll let it go, that's all you need. So I think some players take umbrance is when the referee blows too much.
Oh, that was a nudge from Oxford. Oxford so experienced, of course, at tight head. They got Ray Lane at 39 caps for the USA. And they are certainly getting this nudge on at the moment. Cambridge twisting, buckling. Rudge straight into the cul-de-sac there, had nowhere to go, but does well to keep the ball in play. Forwards come to the rescue.
The driving field, and now it comes. We're in a very short area though on this touch side.
Amor does very well. It's a lovely hanging kick, but an equally good catch from Marsh.
That was exceptional catch from Marsh. He knew people, there's two guys coming in on him, didn't take his eye off the ball, and hence got the ball, tackle, put in goes to Oxford. Very brave.
Well, he's played in all three of Oxford's junior levels, and this will mean so much to him winning his blue.
That's what it's all about. Here we see him. Absolutely key. Eye on the ball all the time.
Well, we've seen Matt Perry catch those ones on so many occasions here, and Marsh safe. Well, it's got great history, this match, and you just need to look down the list of both Oxford and Cambridge, and there's some great names. Kirk, World Cup winning captain, Gibson of Cambridge. Maybe some of these players might be future internationals. Danieli chips through. Robinson, he thought he had a chance. Referee was playing advantage.
Referee, whether you heard him. Angus Innes again, breaking off too early. That's your first offence. Hence one more of those, and you'll be going for a little 10-minute rest.
Well, Cambridge need all the muscle that they can muster, and they would not be able to afford Innes to go. And at the top of that Oxford list, Stuart Barnes.
On the top of the Cambridge list, Rob Andrew.
What a battle that was.
We won't start that argument.
Rivalry started in these days, wearing these colours.
Oxford again, they're winning good ball from the lineup, but they're just dropping it at the feet of Jamie Weston. I'll tell you what, I'd be absolutely livid if I was out there. It's hard enough with wet conditions, but the ball coming down to the ankles.
The Cambridge wall remains intact. Oxford trying to loosen a few bricks, but with those sort of passes, it's not going to happen. The referee says he's getting a little bit fed up with this. Cambridge boring in at the side.
You've got to come in from the back foot, the rear foot. You come in from the side, you give a penalty. And culprit again. But that was good work in the midfield by Brett Robinson, getting down on the ball. Excellent on the floor, and it's so important in wet conditions and muddy conditions like this. You want someone that scrabbles his way at the coalface, basically.
Now Fitzgerald is striking it from a place on the park that hasn't been chewed up, so that's one advantage in his favour. Just sneaked it over the last time. Still, it's never easy. Just 1 point in it. Oxford lead 11-10. Fitzgerald to extend that lead. So this will be a fill-up just before half-time. Fitzgerald for Oxford. Just brought that one round. It was close. And there it is, the half-time whistle. Oxford 11, Cambridge 10. It's so close, Dowie.
Well, I know it's an old cliche, but a game, really, 2 halves, 25 minutes or so, were all Oxford. They were in charge, scored a lovely try, the forwards were getting on charge of the game, then all of a sudden, last 15, Cambridge had just come back, they rolled their sleeves up, they've got the forwards going forward, and have taken and come back and added a good try as well, so it's absolutely up for grabs at the moment.
So 2 tries in this first half. The first scored by Ross Jennings off the back of Van Pitius's run, and it was such a good start for Oxford. Easy run in for Jennings, but then Cambridge managed to get their act together, and it all came from Mike Count. Ignited from him, clever kick through, and Chapman Smith to slide in. And as we have it, a very exciting second half in prospect. Oxford 11, Cambridge 10.
Live from the Steel City, a night of...
And Oxford did
They kicked the 3 points, and then they had that try very early into the game, and that gave them the break they tried very early into the game, and that gave them the break they needed. Cambridge looked so nervous, you know, and that try should have been the springboard for Oxford University to move on. They didn't actually build from it. And it's a good try, you know, in the sense it's a bad turnover from Cambridge, but Van Pitius does well because he straightens the line now, and watch how he just uses his body to shelter the Cambridge number 7. Easy for Jennings. You're old school. Radley, smile on Mark Durden-Smith's face.
Well, you know, it's a fine school, breeds fine young gentlemen and fine sportsmen.
Would you have gone from 40?
I wouldn't have gone from 4.
But he did well there, Van Pitius.
He did, it's straightening that line, and which we perhaps, you've had a grumble or two about some of the England centres not perhaps doing that over the last few weeks.
No, and I mean, in that first 15 minutes, Oxford did the basics very well. It's bad conditions there. They did keep the ball well, but as you say, they didn't quite stretch away. They got to 11-0, but they didn't turn up the heat and try and finish Cambridge off early.
It did actually look a bit ominous at that stage. I thought Cambridge were going to be on at the end of a hiding here at Twickenham, but then this happened.
Well, ironically, it comes from a bad scrum as well. They've been out scrummaged all the time, but Mike Count did a brilliant job. Oxford really didn't tackle well at the base of the scrum, but he did so well. The initial problem, though, Sheriff now, watch it, number 6, he's up and he's bumped. What I like about Count, he's got that little pick up there. Now, he knows he can't get the pass away. The decision to kick is good, and the execution is good. From Daniele here, well, between the outside half and the wing, that's a shambles.
Horlick's time.
But they've chased up well, and that's not that's bad defending at the end and the start of that move, but excellent play from Count, who's been the pick of the players, perhaps, this half.
Who do you think is going to finish this game the strongest? It's difficult to tell, really, isn't it?
It's really tight now. I mean, those statistics said it. There's nothing in it at all. I think whichever set of half-backs can really get to grips with the game, play down the other end, look for the errors, chip away. It's not a day for 80, 90-metre run in rugby. It's going to be tactical control and force the errors.
But so far, I think you'd have to say the skill level, the basics have been pretty good from both sides. But it is Oxford who lead 11 points to 10 after the first 40 minutes here in the 119th Varsity match, the second half, coming up after this break.
The way you surf the net will never be the same again. Because with BT Surf Together, evening and weekend internet calls won't cost you a penny. You just pay an extra £5 a month on line rental. BT Surf Together. Call us now on 0800 05 5555.
Every day, Claims Direct is working for thousands of people. People who've had accidents, people just like you. So, if you've been injured as the result of an accident, then call Claims Direct now, because you could be entitled to compensation. Claims Direct is one of the UK's leading personal injury specialists, with over 300 claims managers dedicated to helping the victims of accidents. If you've suffered an injury at work as the driver or passenger in a car accident, or a trip or fall anywhere, then call Claims Direct now. We've helped thousands of accident victims, people like Carrie Gillis.
After seeing the ad on telly, I made one phone call, they took it from there, and I received over £5,000.
Remember, we can underwrite the total cost of making your claim. If we're not successful, you don't pay us a penny. So don't delay. If you've been injured, call Claims Direct now to find out if you could be entitled to compensation. Phone Claims Direct free on 0800 448804. Call now.
What year did Pam meet her Joe?
Especially for you.
Blackadder returned. Boom, boom. And went for. Boom, boom, boom. Travel shows went cool, and the nympho neighbour from hell popped into your lounge.
We met when he came round to measure up, and boy, did he measure up.
TV Years 1989, a Sky One event of the week, Sunday at 9.
There's a big night of live World Championship boxing coming up on Saturday on Sky Sports 1. It's the full Monty 2, 5 world title fights, including Joe Karzagi defending his WBO World Superweight title against Richie Woodall. The show starts at 8 o'clock on Saturday night and it's live only on Sky Sports 1. But on this Tuesday afternoon, it's the Varsity match that's got our attention, and despite Oxford being clear pre-match favourites, it's still anybody's game. Oxford 11, Cambridge 10, the half-time score. Right, let's hear from an interested observer today. Danny Krugok of England and Saracens is talking to Graham Simmons.
A very interested observer, usually out there on the pitch, of course, doing his own stuff. 1 point in it, Danny. Oxford's just ahead, but who do you think's got the momentum?
Well, I think the start of the game seemed to be Oxford, but Cambridge come back into it. And it's looked to be a good game, you know. I've been to the Varsity match before, and it's looking to be quite an exciting game. Read all about it, that it's going to be Oxford favourites, but I think Cambridge are definitely making a game of it. It's going to be a close one.
Does it feel very peculiar to be sitting here in the crowd watching other people play on your home patch?
It does a bit, you know, since the last sort of 3 internationals, you know. It's nice to be here, sitting watching the boys run around the mud. Quite nice, actually.
So if you had to put a hard-earned dollar on who you think might be leading this match come the final whistle, who would you say at the moment?
I think it's going to depend on who starts better in the second half, really. I think obviously Oxford looks to have the better side, but you know, games like this, one-off games, it's always going to be close. But I'll favour Oxford, I think.
Danny, thanks for your time. Enjoy the second half. Will Chignall, Darry Morris, back to you.
Thanks very much. So just 1 point in it. Oxford lead 11-10. 1 try each from the first half. It's wonderfully close. We have a second half worthy of a Varsity match in store here, Darry.
Did Danny Krugok then say he's going to put his England winning bonus on Oxford? Or was it a couple of pounds?
I don't know. We'll look at the recording.
We won't go there. We will not go there. But I think today, Will, we're just saying about Barnsley put it, it's the tactical control on this game. Oxford seem to have it in the first half. They have the ascendancy in the scrummage. It's key. The ground is bad. That's where I would look if I was the half-backs, Fitzgerald and Weston. I would put pressure and put the ball in front. Get Van Piteus running inside centre, get Van Piteus running in front, get up to the gain line and get the forwards crashing over there. But equally, Cambridge can turn things around as they proved in the last 15. This is in the balance.
As Danny Krugok said, it's going to be vital who starts the best at the top of this second 40 minutes. Jennings. Off the side of his boot, and the territorial advantage immediately to Cambridge.
Advantage Cambridge, I think, there. There's just going to be a slight communication there, but Ross Jennings decided to get the ball. But again, instead of hoofing it up the park, up the channels, he's put the ball in, and Cambridge have it.
Still drizzling here, and the conditions aren't getting any easier. Difficult for the half-backs, and forward pass there.
That was unlucky. Moore trying to slip the ball back inside to his captain, Mike Hazlitt. Forward pass. And now a lovely big blind side for Weston to expose. Or will he go back to the midfield?
Weston, box kick, as he has done so often. Cambridge will want to keep the ball in play. Rivaro does the work. Amor. Both sides putting boot to ball. Marsh misses that one, and it could be a chance. Quinlan clipped it on. Ben Rudge still going. Back goes Jennings, but it's a lovely attacking opportunity from Cambridge, and the referee says, well, it was taken over the line, so it's a 5-metre scrum. Cambridge ball.
Well, momentum there. Ross Jennings, scorer of the first try in the first half. Had to work in defence there. And on a wet day, the momentum's taken him over. 5-yard scrum. This is a great opportunity for Cambridge.
Cambridge pile to the right. The referee says crossing. And what a wasted opportunity that was.
Yeah. Bad move there. It should have been a well-worked move. He can't go in front of the man. Advantage back to Cambridge there. That is a bad decision, because that was a great opportunity really for Cambridge to expose the right side.
But a sparky start from the light blues, and they're still camped inside Oxford's 22. And with the lineouts going as they are, they could take advantage.
Yeah, there you can see. You can't run a man. Brett Robinson screaming at the ref. There's no need. Chris White had spotted it.
Route 1 from Robinson. Weston, in box kicking a lot today. Runch, Moffat, direct, route 1, and effective, brought down by Meyer. Ball is slow for Cambridge. Amor. Dark Blues up quickly in defence.
Static ball there though. It was flat. They're back behind the gain line.
You did everything well. You did everything right.
Chris White, you did ever so well, everything right, and then he gave the penalty away.
Hayden Jeffries won't appreciate.
Makes him feel a lot better.
Encouraging words from Chris White. Hayden Jeffries, secretary of the club. He's been selling tickets busily up to this match today, but he'll be frustrated with that because it's a good chance for Amor to give Cambridge the lead.
And it's going to come down to mistakes. We've seen both sides in these first 4 or so minutes making mistakes. Can this man turn it into 3 points?
So Simon Amor for Cambridge. Oh, he's certainly got the distance, and he's got the accuracy as well. The Cambridge contingent in the crowd erupt. It's Cambridge 13, Oxford 11.
Well, he struck that absolutely superb. That's the best strike today. Wind, rain, doesn't matter. Straight through the middle. My word.
How the game has turned on its head.
Who would have thought?
Now there's been talk of this experienced Oxford side. All these old Blues, 5 in the pack from last year. 2 points down. Who wants it the most? Daniele wants to get over the gain line. Knocked on.
You see what's happening. Now they're chasing the game, they're forcing the pace. You've got to hold on to that ball. Daniele, oh dear, absolutely beside himself. He knows exactly what he did. He's run away from his forwards a little bit. But again, if you lose the ball, you give advantage to Cambridge, which they've got.
Driven on by Count, but excellent counter drive from Oxford in defence.
But it's come from that scrum again, Will. Oxford do have a large nudge on every time they get down and lock horns.
Amor 2 bites of the cherry, but again, Cambridge get the throw in, and he's made a few metres.
Well, that's about it, a few metres, and I think that's what we're going to see. Unfortunately, now conditions are getting worse and worse. Rain coming down heavier now, and it's going to be a game of nous from the half-backs, and also a bit of trench warfare from the forwards. With a Danny Grewcock there at the back, he was thinking, oh, I fancy a bit of this. Bit of 9-man rugby.
Keep it as mistake-free as possible. Amor so vital in this. Here's Quinlan cutting the line.
But now quick ball is needed.
Ball went back. Hayden Jeffries slides onto the ball for the Dark Blues. Weston scampers up. Fitzgerald, his half-back partner for 2 years now in the Varsity match. Moffat head back, agonising, and he just hoofed that one out.
He did so well there, John Moffat, the fullback. He got into position early. There's Matt Dawson in front of Grewcock.
Well, it's not just old Blues and people that are at the universities that enjoy a Tuesday game of rugby. There we have it, the English contingent. Well Simon Martin. Really is trying to take on his responsibility. He calls the line-outs. Oh, welcome to the Varsity match.
Chris Davis, what a tackle. Number 12 from Cambridge, really making his presence felt. And another one there.
Oh, Rivaro's in, and this is good from Cambridge. They're hungry, they want it, and Michael Haslett was speaking earlier in the week on the open sides head-to-head, and he said that Brett Robinson's been at his university 3.5 weeks, I've been 3.5 years at mine, and I can tell you that nobody wants it more than me.
Exactly, and I think Tony Rogers, the coach of Cambridge, has said a few things in that changing room at half-time. These light blues have come out in the second half, and they're hitting everything in front of them in a blue shirt, in a dark blue shirt, that is.
Well, both sets of players definitely want this game, but it's the depth of hunger. Cambridge looking good at the moment. Amon hoists it high. The full-backs are going to get a lot of work in this second half. Marsh has his job, waiting for the forwards to help him out.
Again, kicking those, it's a good weapon, but you've got to get it correct.
Van Pitius, big strong handoff. He's got some gas as well, has Van Pitius, played wing for Western Province. There was an overlap for Oxford, they're all lining up, but the service just wasn't quite good enough.
Chris White's coming over to Steve Lander.
11 Cambridge, instructions, stop the man supporting the ball down. Penalty for Oxford. 11.
So, Marco Rivaro.
You know what happened? We're in the realms of professional foul. You can't let it go, and you just turn around a possible penalty, all right? Okay.
Hands up, yep, fair cop.
Yeah.
Said the Italian with 3 international caps.
In the realms of a professional foul. Well, if it had been a professional foul, again, the yellow card should have come out. It hasn't, but it hasn't been a nasty game whatsoever.
Cambridge are making changes. Their tight head James Meredith is off the field at the moment, receiving attention. Chris White looks.
Yeah, there you go. Jennings been held back by Rivero, but now Oxford hitting up the middle for once. But they're held up. That's good, good play from Cambridge, so they get it down.
Yeah, turnover.
And that was good play there from Cambridge. Holding the guy up in the tackle. Ball over. And now we've got another injury. I think it's, yeah, Fitzgerald. He's the guy that took the ball in. Not the biggest man. 13 stone.
Well, a momentary pause in what had been an exciting game, and it really ignited through Jennings, who slid over as a result of a turnover ball. But it was Count that replied by way of Cambridge. Such vision from the number 8. Racing back was Fitzgerald, but it was Chapman Smith, the scrum half for Cambridge, that put the light blues back on the map.
Hang on, lads, no penalty. Wait, no.
The pitch chewing up now.
The far side to me, up you get, gentlemen.
See the pressure. Cambridge know it's coming on. Mike Haslett, the captain, applauding there, but I think he's trying to calm the referee. Here's the drive again, and that's turnover.
Could be a chance here. Oxford looking dangerous. All off the back of that good scrum.
And a bit scrappy. Western this time gets it away.
Van Pitius trying to go around the defence. Jennings. Now Cambridge come piling in to the ball carrier.
Who wants it more? My word, at the moment Cambridge are flying it all the time, and there's another big hit in the middle.
Well, Oxford have got the runners, but Cambridge are lining them up and banging them back.
Well, if there is such a thing as a sea of light blue.
So indecision from Weston, but he does well. Rivaro goes back. Moffat with him. Rivaro slices that. Daniele knocks it backwards. That was well taken from Marsh. Straight into a brick wall there.
It's like a bit of tackling practice out there at the moment. People running with the ball and getting hit back, but not the best exhibition of kicking I've ever seen.
Rudge tries his luck now. Skipper of the Dark Blues, Jamie Weston, goes back. He's got time. And he just plays the percentages, takes that one out of play. Right, we'll start again, boys, he says.
I think so. Well, you've got to give a little bit of credit. Again, I come back to the conditions. It's not easy out there. Both sides looking to try and run the ball, or look with the ball, but it's difficult because ball's been spun out of contact situations. So it's come to a bit of a forward battle and a retaining battle. And at the moment, you've got to say 50-50.
Brett Robinson pulled down very quickly. Oxford with the pick and drive. Fitzgerald waits. Weston again clips that one through. Oh, that's a good clip through. Here is Daniele still going. Flips it inside. Luke Sheriff is with him. Ball slowing up very quickly, which made it good ball for Daniele.
Yeah, but it slowed it up from the kick from Weston initially, allowed Daniele to get on it, but instead of then putting his boot to it at the end, he tried to flip it back inside. Here we see it's held up on the grass. That's good. That's a good kick. He's past Moffat. That's a good kick. And now he's got Sheriff inside. Yeah, I suppose that's the only thing. Yeah, the ball was going out. I thought he could have got his boot to it. He couldn't have. But now they've got possession again. Good position.
Wow. Knock on. It's Cambridge defence eyeballing the opposition and saying, Adlin, you want a bit? Maybe had an eye on the tackler there.
Well, in the olden days, that scrum could have gone round, but there it is.
Ed, give us the time check, please.
64-36. Oxford really now pressing home this advantage. 25 to go.
Chris Davis receiving attention from Cambridge's point of view, the inside centre. He's actually played 5 games at blindside this season for the Light Blues. He's not going to want to go off.
And here we see Van Pitius there, the ball coming in. I was just coming back to that scrum. In the olden days, you could have wheeled that round and started again. This time, Cambridge had a little bit of a shove on, making it difficult for Weston. But really, that's a ball Van Pitius should have taken. And then it's all over the place.
Thank you, Oxford.
Time for both sets of players to have a chat, talk tactics, and to try and play to what they see as the right game plan.
And that's a big key area in any game plan. Get your scrum right, you can get your game right.
Another excellent drive from the Dark Blues. Cambridge do well, but it's slipped out. Here is Van Pitius, strong on his feet. Tried to pull the ball back inside, but a knock on.
It's all a bit frantic out there. You can see with the scoreline, just 1 point, 2 points in it. Sorry, Oxford 11, Cambridge 13. People are snatching at passes now, trying to offload in the contact, and you simply can't do it in these conditions. You've got to hold on to it, get in front of your forwards, then recycle, and if it has to come down to penalties, so be it. Be patient, get the phases right.
Vital for Cambridge to have a solid scrum so the halfbacks can clear the ball.
Well, that's better. And that's well away, but that isn't.
Moffat. Wonderful strike. And Chris White says, yeah, that went backwards, so play on. Nick Marsh looks up, wants to go on his own, gets past Rudge. That's a wonderful run from the fullback.
Great play from Nick Marsh. Did exactly what he needed to do, beat a man on the wing and then look for his forwards, and that was Luke Sheriff again. He's had a good game today, always in support. Now it's time for regrouping.
Fitzgerald fires that behind Rivaro. Moffat waits. Oh. Van Pitius is after Moffat. He's got to release. The referee is right on top of play here. The ball is slipping, sliding all over the place. Sheriff had his hands on the ball. This is very scrappy and it's anybody's possession.
Scrapping on the floor, what I've got to say. Rivaro's pass back inside to Moffat was absolutely useless. He put him under so much pressure.
Move away. Switch on.
But the end result, breathing space for Cambridge.
I think they'll be happy with that. Exactly after the pressure that Rivaro put on, I think it was Moffat, the fullback. Now we've got more turnovers, sorry, more changes in personnel.
Meredith comes back on, having been patched up. Ali Mitchell off.
I think Mitchell will be quite happy with that. He's under a bit of pressure out there.
Such a vital job for him in this last 20 minutes or so.
Crucial.
Safe touch. Michael Count is receiving attention. He's back up. They don't want him to go off. He's been inspirational for the Light Blues.
Oh, he certainly has. He's driven well behind a sort of beaten back, a sort of beaten front five. He's picked up any scraps and drove forward. And he's been one sort of shining light really in this Cambridge pack today.
Dirksen finding his jumper. Now the drive from Cambridge. Working their way quietly up towards the halfway line.
That is a good drive. Advantage there. Chris White, the referee, is saying advantage. They brought it down. Great drive from the Cambridge 8.
Chapman Smith hoists that high. Daniele didn't like it and he didn't get it either. Still the advantage. Cambridge climbing into that. They'll get the scrum. And that was good work from Chapman Smith off his favourite left boot.
Oh, that is great. And you see what one good drive from his forwards. One little bit of indecision there. He had his body in the right place. But did he really want it? Now, last 20. But again, a big scrummage from Cambridge. Oxford.
So, penalty. You heard the referee, Chris White, picking out of the legs. So, Amor with a chance to obtain 3 more points. Well, his previous penalty showed he certainly got the distance. Now this would create a very useful lead for Cambridge should he slot this.
Well, he struck that last one absolutely perfect. 3 out of 3. And this one, well, a simple 34 metres, no problem. Wind and rain, walk in the park.
Well, Oxford know all about Amor. They know he's a dangerous kicker, and they have talked about their discipline in the lead up to this match. Still, Simon Amor with a chance to extend Cambridge's lead. The crowd will tell you that that was a fine strike of the ball. Simon Amor is on form.
Super strike. They say always watch the kicker. There's not too much trouble with this guy. He had a little bit of a look over his left shoulder. The 2 touch judges, Ed Morrison, Steve Lander, said no problem.
Now then, you may recognise this face. Dave Kelleher of Oxford. 3 Blues in the locker already. Captain 1998. Hendricks comes off. And there's quite a game on now. Oxford, of course, came back from a 10-point deficit last year, and Cambridge getting the edge now.
Well, they've just got to keep hold of that ball. It's a simple area. They have the power in the pack, and if I was the captain, Jamie Weston, I'd be driving very, very, very close to that pack, and getting down there and asking the kicker Fitzgerald to try and slot back, because there's 5 points in it. All right, only 2 penalties, but the game is going away, and now they're chasing it. It's all catch-up style now for Oxford.
Weston waits. Fitzgerald. Brought back inside by Adlin.
Big hit from Hazlitt there, the captain of Cambridge.
Cambridge seem to be growing in confidence, and Oxford must not panic, must not throw those 50-50 passes if they're not happy. Fitzgerald looks up, pokes that deep inside the Cambridge 22. Fine strike.
Last a bit of sense. Tried a little bit of a miss move involving forwards in the midfield. That hasn't worked. And that man decided, give me the ball. Seb Fitzgerald, and I'll poke you down there. Exactly what was needed. This is a lovely nudge. Using the conditions well. And just squeaking in. He'd like to the kick to keep it out, obviously. But I think they'll be quite happy.
There will be serious diversions.
So Fitzgerald says to the Cambridge hooker Dirksen, right, hit your jumper. Dirksen says, yep, no problem. Cambridge rolling it inside, away from that touchline. But it's a turnover. Weston gets his boot in there, clears it. Chance Oxford. Not sympathetic for Van Pitius. Marsh tries to pick the ball up, play on, everyone's sliding down, trying to get the ball. It's Cambridge's side. Back to Amor, he's furious.
Oh dear. They had a good chance there to clear the lines. Again, Oxford, well, not so much over-elaborating really, it was just a normal pass to Van Pitius, and that's a normal pass to Amor. Oh dear. No translation needed.
So Oxford with a solid scrum, a good attacking position. And Pitius takes responsibility, takes the ball up to the gain line. Driving on now are Oxford, through Russell. Penalty. Oh, it's going to go right to the wire. And this is eminently kickable.
Well, at last Van Pitius drives it up once. He did that. Route one, then Adam Russell. Route one, and then a penalty. Simple rugby sometimes is the most effective way to do it.
Edman is in discipline. Has given Oxford an excellent chance to close Cambridge's lead. Fitzgerald can't afford to miss this. Five points behind Oxford. Yeah, the referee likes it. The Sheriff's Corner like it. Oxford 14, Cambridge 16, and in difficult conditions. This is going to be an exciting game for the Twickenham crowd.
Well, we've got about 14 minutes to go, and I'm sure Steve Hill, the Oxford coach, and Tony Rogers, the Cambridge coach, will be shouting their instructions on of how to close this game down. Both sides, it could go, well, it sounds silly to say it could go either way. Again, I think I've got this sneaky feeling it's going to hinge on mistakes. The side that puts the pressure on the other one, because we've seen plenty out there today.
So the half-back's job to drive this game, make the right decision, and cut out on those errors.
Yeah, keep it close, keep it tight. Not beautiful rugby, but effective.
Chapman Smith, Amor. Hoist that one up high. And missed by Jennings. This is good. Taken up by Meredith now. Oxford organise their defence. Aymore chips that one through. Marsh. Cambridge coming through very quickly now.
That was a great little kick. He knew the ball would hold up in these wet conditions.
Angus Innes palms that back inside. Rivaro, strong on his feet. Gets through Daniele, but the ball comes back vitally for the Light Blues.
Got to come left, though.
Aymore looks up and decides to go himself. Jinking, darting run from the fly half, creating momentum for his forwards now. Chapman Smith. Count. Ball comes back. Oxford are well aligned. Bosch. That's the name.
For this good retention, just holding the ball.
Aymore for the drop goal, charged down. And this is a chance for Oxford. Can they create quick ball? They can. There's a chance out wide. This is good. Marsh is going. Just dragged down short. Wonderful cup of tackling from Cambridge.
What a tackle from Mark Chapman-Smith. Cambridge scrum half, covering as a good scrum half should. I honestly thought Marsh was away there. That guy may have saved the day for Cambridge. We will have to see. Hurt his jaw in the process, but that was a magnificent covering tackle.
Could that be a Bowring Bowl saving tackle?
Here we go. Marsh, he's pinned his legs back. Here's everything. Beautiful. Textbook tackle. How important will that be?
So just over 10 minutes to go. Oxford 14, Cambridge 16.
And this had come from the turnover. Marsh. There you can see that was his decision. He's gone. Ball under, well, his ball under the wrong arm. He couldn't hand him off. That's probably bad. He decided to go for it though.
So plenty of entertainment left in this 119th varsity match. Scrum Oxford.
And just what Chapman-Smith didn't want to. He's just rushed across the field some 60 or so yards, pulled off a tackle, and then his forwards have given an absolutely rubbish ball. And he's in a bit of pain down there. Very brave, he's fallen down in front of them.
He's not looking happy. He's not going to want to go off though. In the heat of battle at the moment, he's kept a cool head. He's been influential. But Mark Edwards waits on the bench in the Ulster squad during last year's European campaign, so Cambridge do have strength and depth from the point of view of the scrum half. But this was the chance, firstly for Aymore's drop goal, but well turned by Oxford.
Yep, Alden did very well. And Van Pitius passing the ball. He had Daniele coming on an angle, but I'll tell you what, that's good pace from Durskin as well, the hooker. He was back there supporting. Big chance for Oxford now. They have to score.
Weston. Short. Madland takes it up. Good ball again for his skipper. Brett Robinson inside. The ball is clean. No mistakes now. Oh, that's a good handoff from Vantapitius. It could be number 2 for Ross Jennings. It is! Oxford take the lead in dramatic fashion.
Well, just when they thought they couldn't do anything, Van Pitius has dropped the ball 2 or 3 times in the build-up over the last 5 minutes, but his power and his pace has put this man in for his second try. Josh Jennings, 1 in the first half, and maybe, just maybe, the crucial try in the second. There's the missed tackle, there's the big hand up, there's the straightening pass, and there's the dive.
Well, we talked about the strength of Van Pitius. All he needed was one-on-one. And here you see it, bang. dispatches Quinlan, draws the last man. Jennings in at the corner.
Happy man. Great try. Well, it's been a seesaw game. 8 minutes left. Could that be a defining moment? This is a crucial 2 points as well. 19-16 as it stands at the moment. You get Fitzgerald attempting to make it 21-16.
So this would give Oxford a 5-point lead. No, just leant back on that one, but the try so vitally important.
He didn't look confident with that. He fell over. Again, that non-kicking leg. These conditions have played a part. Didn't look confident, and 3 points in it.
So how will Cambridge respond? Ball going into touch.
Right, game on.
Let's play, gentlemen.
Amor, the hero and the villain of the recent piece when he tried to drop that goal. Ball going loose. Referee says in the back, not having that. Penalty Oxford.
And I think they'll take the time here.
Let's play here and let's play.
Fitzgerald asking the ref, oh, there, no, it's there. And there you go. Chris White asking for the game to be speeded up, as I think all the Oxford 15, including the captain, Jamie Weston, was just trying to slow it down. No flies on Mr. White today.
Head down, Fitzgerald, safe touch wanted, safe touch made. Cambridge still without possession.
They go for a three-man line. Going to Mile, obviously. Oh, no.
Bosch takes it. Now the turnover. Crucial possession from the Light Blues wanted. They now have it. Amor again puts boot to ball, but that hasn't got enough depth on it. And a knock-on as well. So Oxford have the advantage.
And this will be kicked in the corner. Badly.
Fitzgerald. Oh, Rudge tried to take it, not successfully. Referee says do something. Cambridge desperately are. Ball comes back the Light Blues way. Chapman Smith hammers that one deep.
He's hammered it deep because Ben Rudge, the right wing for Cambridge, is still on the floor. He couldn't chase that ball, but he has made some yardage.
Well, Nick Marsh just slaps that one out of play. The time ticks down, just 5 minutes or so left. So it's the heart and hunger needed from Cambridge to try and overturn this 3-point deficit now.
Well, they showed that in the first half. Well, when they came back, they're under the cosh for a long period of that time. They came back with a try and turned the game really around when it was all Oxford's way. They need to do it now, and they need to do it exactly the way they're doing it in the forwards. They had a big drive early on, they need a big drive now.
Mallet, who took the line out now. Head up, scrum cap. The drive from Cambridge, this is good, they're getting momentum now. And there is a penalty. Wow. There we have it. Chance for Amor to level the scores. If it's a draw, they share the Bowring Bowl.
And this is it. It's not rocket science. Basic rugby. They know if they bring it down, they're going to give a penalty. Oxford struggling, Cambridge in charge. People being pulled out. Chapman Smith in charge there. And the ball's gone down. Been brought down by Oxford, and this is a big, big kick.
Arguably the most important strike of Simon Amor's season. going to be put off by the boos in the crowd. Takes his time. He's missed it. Oxford breathe again.
Well, he slid that one to the right. He's been striking them hard. And now more cavalry coming on.
So Ben Rudge coming off, wobbling away from the action. Just 2 minutes plus injury time to be played. Oxford running it out of their own 22. Wonderful take. Driving so strong now. That was count. Now the pick and drive. Oxford desperate to defend round the fringes. No mistakes now, Cambridge. So shouts their captain, driving on. Good blindside now. Amor waits, inside to Bosch. The rain continues to drizzle down, making conditions difficult. It's relentless from Cambridge. They're desperate to get close enough for either a try or a penalty. But it's not forward in the tackle.
Oh dear. Is that the game away from Cambridge there? Turnover. And Oxford will be quite happy with this. Bit of a nudge from Cambridge, but again, Oxford scrum holds.
Ashton waits.
This man slipped first. I'm not penalised.
Referee wants to organise this properly.
Okay. You can have that
Coming
one.
away from a pitch that is getting cut up now.
Crouch and hold.
Reset of the scrum.
Stay on, Mike. You're not banned. You're not banned. Stay on.
Into injury time as Oxford play simple rugby. Fitzgerald says, I'll have it. I'll hoist that one high. Moffat takes it.
Number 12, we got
offside, so Chris Davis has given Oxford a chance to clear their lines.
Number 12, 4 minutes there, Mike.
There we go, 4 minutes.
And it's still 4 minutes
And
now.
it's still 4 minutes. He's having a good game out there.
So there's definitely still time for Cambridge to turn this one around.
Absolutely.
They've eaten, slept, breathed rugby for all this term, all down to this match. Oxford leading 19, Cambridge 16.
If I was Julian here, this ball would go to 2 in the line, hold and drive the living daylights out of it. And it's exactly what they're doing.
Oxford captain Julian Weston doesn't want it quite yet. Driven on now, this is fine work from Weston's forwards. Weston now, Fitzgerald. Van Pitius cutting back to the sanctuary of his forwards.
Absolutely correct. He came back, used his strength to come back, get in front of his forwards.
Luke Sheriff now, making the hard yards. Weston, Fitzgerald, Brett Robinson, looking for Kelleher, decides to take the contact. Fitzgerald hoists that one high, Moffat's underneath it, Moffat takes. Referee heard it, it's a mark.
Difficult decision there for John Moffat. He knew he was under pressure, he knew he was in his 22. He thought, I'll mark it, but he really needed to keep the ball alive. But they've still got a chance, this will be a tap and go. Another injury.
Deep into injury time, 2.5 minutes in, Meredith has lost his shoe. Swarting it on in these damp conditions. He's restocked his watch. So, what a turnaround this will be for Cambridge from inside their 22. About a minute and a half left. Can they turn this around? Moffat kept this in play.
No surprises where this is going to go. Not as long as he wanted to, but it's since the safety of the West Stand.
So this could be the last chance saloon for Cambridge. The crowd get behind their respective sides. Vital throw for Chris Dirksen, Cambridge hooker. Checks his calls.
What to do? Catch and drive? I think they will.
There's Mallet. Rolling off inside now. Cambridge haven't given up. Their forwards still driving relentlessly towards that Oxford try line.
They're doing well as well. They're going infield, into the middle. But when that ball eventually comes back, there'll be more options available. Now it comes.
Amor. But indecision again in the midfield, and it's a turnover. Marsh dives on the ball. That could be the crucial turnover. Fitzgerald waits. Fitzgerald strikes. He's mistouched. Rivara. Moffat. Brought down by Daniele. Chapman Smith. Amor straight into Jennings. Oxford align their defence now. Working the narrow side. Knock on from Rivaro.
And I think that's game. Two big knock-ons now. They just need to hold on to the ball. The advantage there all depends how much Chris White's going to play. But he's coming back to it.
Chris White looks at his referee. Last play, he says. 4.5 minutes into injury time.
Well, Jamie Weston, the captain of Oxford, simply needs to put this ball in. Julian to hook it. The scrum to stay stationary. And then, if I was him, I would hoof it off straight in front of this West Stand where we're commentating from.
So a solid scrum wanted from Oxford. Now the drive. Still going from Mile. Jamie Weston. Pokes the short side. Offside. Now, Cambridge aren't quite dead yet.
I can't believe this, because I'm sure Chris White said the next time that ball goes out, that's game over.
This is it, he says. Cambridge know it, Oxford know it. What can they conjure? Mike Hazlitt, the skipper, 7 on his back, says, all right, boss, you take it up.
Well, they've got to go. Next time that ball goes dead, into touch, it's game over.
Here are the runners, the defensive drive from Oxford. Rivara off his blindside wing. Still Cambridge ball. Chapman Smith. Angus Innes.
They're very lateral. There's a lot of Cambridge players on the floor. You can see the Oxford defence working its way out. They're going absolutely nowhere. They're going backwards.
And they can't afford to kick away possession, because Oxford will put this one in row 55 if they get a chance. Amor trying to conjure something. Almost the magician.
That was unlucky. He's had a couple of good darts today.
Still making very heavy weather of it. Rivaro. Ball gets slipped back. And the ball comes back Oxford way. That could be crucial. The referee says that's it. That's the final whistle. And Oxford are now the holders of the Bowring Bowl for the second time in 2 years. Celebrations from them. Cambridge distraught, but it was a wonderful match.
One, I think Cambridge will be looking at themselves. They didn't take their opportunities. Atrocious conditions, but I've got to say, I think Oxford just, I say, deserved to win this. They had the power of the scrum. I think they had the strength of Van Pitius in the centre, the guile of Brett Robertson, the Aussie capped international, and the finishing of Ross Jennings. Just about deserved winners. 19 points to 16.
They gave it everything, did both sets of players. In what were horrendous conditions, they made the most of it, and it was nip and tuck all the way, Dowie.
Absolutely, this is what it's all about. Hugging, talking to each other. I'm sure the changing room's going to be back, but I've got to pick my man of the match. He's just going there, just in front, number 14, Ross Jennings. 2 superb finish tries. Didn't have to do tremendous, but he still had to score them. That's my man of the match, Ross Jennings.
Well, certainly a finisher, and it was so vital on the day. Cambridge haven't come here to Twickenham to lose that, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough on the day. That is what they've been playing for, the coveted Bowring Bowl. Distraught figures. Quinlan then, he can't believe it. The faces of dejection.
Well, he gave everything. Mark Chapman-Smith, one magnificent cover tackle. And there's the captain. As number 9 plays against Jamie Weston, will be going up to receive this coveted award. On an atrocious day, these guys have given 100%.
Well, the crowds are waiting to applaud the victorious side, Cambridge, the Oxford rather, and the dejected side, Cambridge. It was a well-fought match, but Oxford, in the end, squeaking home in what was a seesaw game. 1916 Oxford win. The elation of the dark blues.
Luke Sheriff there played very well with Brett Robinson. Hendricks as well in that back row, but really the foundations for me were laid up front. Lana, the USA tight head, 39 caps for USA, played very well.
So Michael Hazlitt, the captain of Cambridge, up the steps for what is a journey he'd never want to take, to receive a loser's tankard, but he gave it all. His side gave it 100%, having to walk past the Bowring Bowl. What a fine effort from the underdogs today.
Well, I have to reiterate what Mike Hazlitt said. I said at the beginning of this programme, before the game, said he never again do I want a repeat of that losing feeling. He played last year and lost to Oxford, and unfortunately he's captained the side today and lost, but he played well. He played with a lot of pride, and at one stage, end of the second half, end of the first half, coming into the second half, it looked like Cambridge could really upturn the form books and come through, but I think the experience of this Oxford side has paid dividends, and that man, Jamie Weston, played a good game as well.
He is about to embark on the road that he has dreamed of, up those steps. He can't wait, slaps on his back, leading his dark blue side up to receive the Bowring Bowl.
And listen to the crowd. The Oxford faithful, they'll dine out on this for another year, until this time next year. They'll be seeing their mates in the car park, the West car park, and I'm sure in certain bars and restaurants around the city. And the dark blues triumphant for another year.
So Jamie Weston, the captain of Oxford. One look at the silverware. Oxford, the 119th varsity match winners.
I said, I think I just about deserved it.
So congratulations to Oxford winning this varsity match, and it was a touch and go there at the end. But obviously you have to have one winner on this day, and it's the dark blue, not the light blue of Cambridge, they get to celebrate this evening. Now there's more live action coming up tonight here on Sky Sports 2 with the Worthington Cup quarter-final between Crystal Palace and Sunderland. And coming up on skysports.com TV tonight from 7, there's a soccer special to keep you up to date with all the latest scores from all of tonight's football action. But of course, it's Oxford today who can celebrate worthy winners of this 119th varsity match. Their captain there, James Weston, will now obviously lead his side into the changing room, and they'll reflect on a game that could have gone either way. It went their way today. We'll get the thoughts of Stuart Barnes after the break. There's no denying that. The final score, let's confirm it for you. Oxford 19, Cambridge 16. Now let's hear from Oxford 19, Cambridge 16. Now let's hear from the winning captain, Jamie Weston, and the man of the match, Ross Jennings. Both have the privilege of talking to Graham Simmons.
They do indeed, and from an Oxford point of view, Mark, down here as well as the Bowring Bowl, which is from their point of view, what it's been all about today. Hard work, though. Hard work. Did you think almost at some stage in the second half you were guilty of playing almost too much rugby there?
I think perhaps we got a little bit enthusiastic. You know, we went into the game, and you know, we appreciate there's a lot of people, you know, come and watch the game, and you know, we did want to play rugby, but I think, you know, towards the end we realised it was a bit naive of us to continue down that way, and we had to, you know, go back to basics and drive a few line-outs and that sort of thing. The conditions were just appalling out there. You know, the pitch has turned up a lot, and did so as the game went on. But yeah, I mean, we came out and we set our stall out to play good rugby, and we tried at times. I think some of it came off, but it was very, very difficult. But I think, you know, anyone that's been involved in this knows that, you know, at the end of the day, there's only one thing that really matters. And you know, we've been, I'll say fortunate or lucky. I wouldn't say that, because we put a lot of hard work into this, and I think, you know, really we got what we deserved, and we've won the game, and we're absolutely delighted. We really are.
Ross Jennings is alongside. Ross, half-time came at just the right time for you, didn't it? Because you got off to a cracking start for the first half hour, then the momentum switched. What did you guys say to yourselves at half-time?
Well, really, it was just a case of getting back together again, focusing on what the simple things. We were very much wanting the forwards just to push it forward. They did that very well. You know, they defended the fringes very well. We spread the defence across, and I mean, really, we did very well there. But again, they came at us very hard. I mean, it's the cliche. You know, they worked very hard, made it very difficult for us. It was very, very soft underfoot. But you know, it all came good in the end, really. Yeah.
We haven't got too long, Ross, but we can show you your two tries. Here they are, 1 4 minutes into the game and 1 8 minutes from the end. Try your commentating skills and talk us through this.
Well, I mean, Werner got it, and yeah, he gave them both to me, actually, and I was just clear running, and I was thinking about a dive and then just almost dropped it. But, you know, I was getting caught there, and the gas was not so good, but, you know, I got there in the end, and, I mean, it was really made inside, and I just had to finish it off, and that's the same with the other one, really.
You mentioned Werner there. I mean, you do owe him a couple of pints tonight, don't you? Because this one was the gift for you.
Well, that's it. I think, you know, I think I'm buying all the lads a drink tonight. They all said that straight after the game, so I'm going to be penniless at the end of it. But, you know, it was good to crash over. I mean, you know, it was all done inside of me, and I just fell over the line.
Well done, guys. You'll never have to buy another drink in Oxford ever again. Thanks for your time now. Well done. Cheers, guys.
A great day for those two, and I suppose it could have gone either way. We've been saying that all along. A tight game, Stuart. The key question is, I suppose, did Oxford deserve to win that game?
Just about, and you've got to score those tries. Werner van Pettius, Dowie gave it to Jennings, but I can't believe van Pettius didn't get it. He made the 2 tries. Jennings said it just a little bit stronger, 5% better, and that 5% was all the difference.
And Cambridge, who weren't really given a chance at the beginning of the day, they acquitted themselves well out there. And actually, the standard of the game, I thought, was actually pretty high, wasn't it?
Not a bad game at all, but these conditions favoured the underdogs. Cambridge were able to make big tackles, disrupt Oxford, keep the game tight. You know, that makes for an exciting finish. That's what we got, but Oxford just about had enough, just about.
And I suppose it's now, they'll be hoping in Oxford anyway, it's going to be a long reign for Oxford. Remember, before this year, 5 wins on the trot for Cambridge. Anyway, let's tell you about the rugby coming up your way here.